It was pretty shocking to find out that F1 drivers don't have any need for airbags. Let me go into detail. High speeds, mind-blowing circuit turns, huge chances of a crash, and no airbags needed? Right. So, if you could, where would you fit an airbag in an F1 car? Steering wheel, you say? Ah, that's where the problem starts. Formula One drivers are very meticulous people, and they won't settle for less than a steering wheel with more than a dozen doodads, switches, and controls. These wheels alone cost a whopping 60 grand. Whoa, I could buy several cars for that much money. But returning to F1 steering wheels, there's simply no way an airbag could fit in. And even if it did, the cockpit of the vehicle is so tiny that an activated airbag would simply smother the driver to death. Actually, no matter how it may seem, safety is paramount in Formula One. See for yourself, F1 drivers have not one seatbelt, but 5 or 6 of them, 2 shoulder straps, 1 or 2 leg straps, and 2 pelvic straps. In fact, the drivers are so bundled up that they have just enough freedom to steer and reach for different mysterious buttons and switches. In fact, drivers are positioned in their seats so tightly that they can't even fasten all these seatbelts on their own. A mechanic must do it for them. On the other hand, if there's an emergency, an F1 driver can leave the car within 5 seconds. The trick is that they can release all the straps with the single twist of one hand. Magic! And since the primary purpose of the airbag is to not let the driver's head hit the front of the car, you can see why an F1 car wouldn't need one. There's no chance for its driver to get flung forward or out of the vehicle unless the car disintegrates. But even then, the driver would stay in a rigid survival cell designed specifically to protect a person in case of a bad crash. And we mustn't forget about F1 drivers' sensational helmets. These helmets must go through serious trials. For example, a helmet has to withstand a penetration test, where a 6.5-pound pointed metal object gets dropped onto the helmet from a height of 10 feet. Also, designers test the helmet's chin strap, which shouldn't stretch by more than 1 inch. Then they bombard the visor with projectiles that travel at the speed of about 300 miles per hour. Well, why not? And after that, they hit the helmet with an almost 1500-degree Fahrenheit flame for 45 seconds. The temperature inside the helmet at this time mustn't be higher than 158 degrees Fahrenheit. These superhero helmets sound exciting, but there are even more amazing F1 facts.